Welcome to the Rise and Roar with the Badass Lioness podcast, where women decide no more mediocrity or abandoning their well-being. I am Ginine Emily Smith, your badass host and founder of the Badass Lioness movement. I am a story-to-stage coach and co-host of the TV show Rockstar Diaries Healing Out Loud. Are you ready to level up your standards, rewrite your nervous system, repattern conditioned thinking, and rise into your next chapter? This is the perfect place for you. Everything we share on this podcast is not theory. It is rooted in decades of lived experience that only comes from walking through the fire and coming out changed. Are you ready to turn scars into stories that heal and make a difference? Get ready to rise, revive, and thrive, because the lioness in you is ready to roar. Hello and welcome to the Rise and Roar with the Badass Lioness. I am Ginine Emily Smith, your badass host. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, well-being and health. I care deeply about overall well-being, mental health, nervous system wellness, and helping people reconnect to who they truly are through story, music, and embodied leadership. And it truly is all the different parts of our life that determine our wellness. Today, I am super excited to introduce Joellyn Martin, who is an entrepreneur and advocate focused on health, wellness, and aging backwards, which she applies holistic technology and business strategies. She is a #1 international best-selling author in 3 different collaborations. Welcome, Joellyn Martin.
Hello. This is so exciting.
You are a wealth of knowledge. You are so beautiful on the inside and outside. I had the opportunity to meet you just recently, and I knew that you had to be on this podcast. Can you say a little bit more about yourself?
I just turned 71 years old this week.
71 years young.
Yeah, 71 years young. And I've really done a lot with my life since entering my 60s. I always knew that I wanted to be an author, I wanted to own a business, and I wanted to be a part of something bigger than me.
Yes.
And that's exactly where I have landed. When you look back on your life, sometimes you wish things happened earlier, but timing is everything. Alignment is so important. And when you're ready, you have to be prepared for what's coming next. And I have been prepared, and I'm excited to see what's coming next.
I am too. Everything that the big things I've accomplished are all after 50, and I'm 59. I'll be 60 this year in November. I have more energy. I am more alive than I ever have been. Like, I think about how I felt in my 20s. You're supposed to be totally well and full of energy in your 20s. I have more energy now. And so that's why I'd love for us to do a deep dive into all different facets of health. I love what you told me earlier.
It's all about well-being. It's not just about your blood pressure or if your joints hurt. It's everything. It's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. It's who you hang out with.
Yes.
I want to be around fountains, not drains. When I get off a conversation, I want to feel good. And I want the other person to feel good, that we have helped each other with whatever it is we might be dealing with. No. Is every day a great day? No. Can we have a bad day? Absolutely. Don't stay there. Don't stay stuck. Look for people and opportunities to help you be a better person. Smile. Sometimes that's the only thing a person will have in a day is somebody smiling at them. And to just create an atmosphere of a welcoming spirit.
Love that. I love that you mentioned the smiling. When I started doing that, even at the grocery store, even if I'm having a not so good day, I smile. It makes all the difference in the world, not only for the other people, but for ourselves.
Yes.
It really sparks up a attitude of gratitude, which is something that's so important to me.
I learned that actually in Mary Kay many years ago. And when we would get ready to have a conversation, Mary Kay said, before you pick up the phone, smile. Because that comes across and it really works. Yeah. It's so true that the people can feel you over the phone.
It's true. And in person, we show up as our nervous system. It's not just the outside, how we're feeling in our head and our mind. It's our nervous system. And if there's hidden pain, hidden trauma, hidden anything, we're going to show up as be not calm, uncomfortable. And I've noticed that it makes the other person uncomfortable as well.
Yes. Well, we definitely give off energy.
Yes, I fully believe that. I'm going to dive into just a topic of extremism because growing up, and I learned this from my mother, she was either completely 100% perfect health as far as eating, no sugar, whole grains, things like that. Or she was the opposite, eating a whole tub of ice cream and cookies. And for years, I was kind of like that as well. And even in the workout world, I was an extremist. I'd go to the gym and think that I had to do 90 minutes, really, really intense exercise. And if I wasn't able to do that 90 minutes, I wouldn't do it at all. Those are so wrong for so many reasons. But that's one thing that changed in my last decade is that I show up. If I've eaten cookies the night before, I don't stay stuck in that mode. The next day, I wake up and I say, okay, fresh day. And then if I don't have enough time to do a full workout, it's okay. I go out and walk for 15 minutes. It all matters. 10 minutes, 5 minutes can change your life. And that's the motto kind of my husband and I live by.
You said it without saying it. You have to be consistent.
Yes.
So even if it's a few minutes, you're right. It doesn't matter. We don't always have an hour to go for a walk or being on the treadmill. But what is becoming more and more popular is weightlifting. And it doesn't have to be heavy weights. I love using my hand weights.
Yes.
And it's the consistent, simple movements that I do every day that keeps my joints, okay, my back's okay, my neck's okay. And as we get older, you see people that they'll bend down to pick up something and they have a really hard time getting back up.
Yes.
So that will help our strength. It's so important. Lift weights.
I absolutely agree. I wish I had 2-pound weights, but I have 5-pound, 10-pound, and then I have a kettlebell, heavy 15-pound weight. But I also recently invested in resistance bands. Those are fantastic. I also wanted to mention there's a company called Embodied, and it's on YouTube, and they do like 8-minute dance routines. It's working out. It's getting your body moving.
Love dancing. Love it. Yes.
It's so much fun, and it just gets you all stretched up and it's 8 minutes. That's it.
I'm going to look that one up.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. I'll put the link up for folks as well, because when I started doing it, and they're such fun ladies, and she'll even say, smile when you do it, because what we just talked about, it's pretty fun. And when I found it, I thought, wow. And when I first started doing it, I hadn't really done anything. I kind of went lazy for about a month. It was hard even during those first 8 minutes. And it's okay. You give yourself grace. It doesn't matter where you start, where you're at. You could do 2 minutes of something, but like you said, it's about consistency.
And for me, I think for most people too, if it's not fun, we're not going to do it.
Precisely. I'm glad you brought that up.
Element of fun.
Yes.
I remember years ago, my mother watching Jack LaLanne. Remember Jack LaLanne? and I followed Denise Austin. And she has come back. And when you look at the outfits that we wore in the 80s with the leg warmers and the little body suits and
Jane Fonda.
That was fun. Fun.
Do you remember the jazzercise classes and, like the live ones, and you'd go and ladies would show up with makeup on because it was fun. It was like connection too.
Did you ever go into the business called Curves?
Yes.
That was fun too. You go to machine to machine to machine. They stopped doing that because they said it wasn't very effective. But for me, I liked it.
I like that. And if you're looking for something more extreme, is Orange Theory. For me, motivation and doing it with somebody to hold my pace
Yes.
is important. It's easy when you're doing something solo, you slow down and you don't even realize it. So if you're like trying to amp up or disrupt, I love the word disrupt your current routine and go the next level. Orange Theory is a really good one because it's an hour of workout and you move from weights to the rowing machine and then either the bike or the treadmill. You do like 20 minutes of each, and she's like, boom, 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 the coach, to where you're trying to keep up with others. It's not a competition thing, but keeps you going. Have you ever heard of Orange Theory?
I have not, but it kind of sounds like curves.
It very much is. It's just a next level. In fact, when I first started doing it, I was embarrassed because I was older than some of the people there. I couldn't keep up. I had an injury and they were so welcoming. They're like, no, 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 don't just do it at your own speed. This is not a competition. I love that. But accountability, motivation is so important if you're doing it to prepare for, let's say, conference coming up. So I'm just going to say right now, over the holidays, I got a little lazy. And plus we had a freeze here. And I'm talking lazy on all aspects, not just the food, the exercise. I am a reader. I kind of stopped reading. But we had this freeze. And I hate being cold, so wasn't walking the dog as frequently. I really got into a rut, and now I have like a couple of really huge in-person speaking opportunities coming up. And so I'm really back on that track, and I'm having a little bit of a hard time doing it by myself. So do you have any words of wisdom on that?
There are so many wonderful women on Facebook, YouTube. I follow several of them. I'm scrolling through for my business or, wishing happy birthday to somebody. And when they pop up, I stop what I'm doing, exercise with them. So there could be 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there. It's a variety of people. They do a variety of exercises, but I'm getting in my movement.
I love that.
The key. You must move. I mean, there's a woman, she just, does push-ups on her kitchen counter, not on top of the counter, but she's leaning against it, and just simple foot placements, foot movement. There was something I saw the other day where a woman was sitting in a chair, have arms on the side for support. And what you do is you put your arms in front of yourself and you just stand up and you sit down. Stand up and you sit down. I could feel my thighs. You want to use your big muscles for weight control, for strength, and you do as many as you can in a minute. But it also helps with Alzheimer's, which I was surprised to hear that, because you are controlling your movement, you're controlling your speed, and anything that can be a combination for me where I can get multiple benefits from it, I want to be focusing on those things the most.
You're like me. I do the same thing. How can I get the most bang for my buck?
Really, why not?
Heck yeah. I wanted to share. So two of my mentors are Brandon Burchard and of course, Tony Robbins.
Yes.
But Brandon Burchard, he has a 3-day conference, and this year it was in Austin, last year, sorry. And he shared some really, really quick things too, where you hold your arms out, or you can put them on your legs for balance, but just stand on one foot at a time. But while you're balancing on one foot, you kind of do the tapping thing. Have you heard of the tapping thing? So you could do it, like on your arm, on your leg, just for balance, but also it centers your mind because you're focused on more than one thing. So you're balancing, but you're also tapping. And then two more good ones, because you and I are similar. We work a lot on our computers, and I've been told by several people, don't ever sit for more than 55 minutes. Put a thing on your phone, like a alarm set, so you don't forget. All you have to do is sit up, and you could do the shake thing, where you just move and you shake your body really quick. Or you could do the running man. Have you heard the running man? You get into like a running stature, like you're getting ready to do a sprint.
Running in place?
You're not running in place. You're just doing your arms. So you do like your feet in a stance where you're getting ready to start a sprint. And then you just move your hands back and forth as fast as you can, like this. for like 30 seconds or less. Then you sit back down and it wakes you everything back up because it is about movement.
Yes. I'm going to try that because I have done the real fast walking and running in place where you're just your arms are moving a little bit, but that one is more on your feet. So you could combine those two together, do one and then do the other one.
You could absolutely. Yes, I think the running man with just your arms is more about the breathing. It's more about getting more oxygen to your brain. That is what I've learned, because when we're stressed, and this has everything to do with energy and health, when we are stressed or under the fight or flight thing, we tend to not breathe deeply.
Yes.
That's just human nature. You're, and we don't even know it sometimes. And if you're going through a long period of time where maybe you have a project that's due and you're very focused and centered, we're not breathing deep down into the bottom of your lungs. So it's, I've always known that breath work was important because I'm a singer. But when I learned about the oxygen thing, and when you first start doing it, sit down, because you will be shocked at how lightheaded you get. Truly, when you really start doing those in through the nose, you hold, you do it for like 6 counts, you hold it, and then you out through the mouth for 8 counts. And you do that several times. You'll be surprised because you're getting oxygen to your blood, to your brain that was a little bit depleted, if that makes sense.
Yes, no, I totally get that. I believe that. And when I am under a little bit more stress, sometimes a lot of stress, I do that. But as I'm breathing out, I make a sound. Doesn't matter what it is, but that sound also helps to release your stress. It doesn't matter how silly you might think you sound. It's okay. It just works.
It absolutely does. There's something magical about that. I used to train vocalists, and I would tell them when they're breathing, like, oh, and it was for different reasons. But then I saw somebody like what you're talking about, and then you reminded me of it a couple weeks ago about the loud noises. And Brendan Burchard did that at his conference. Some women were crying. They had like deep trauma that needed to be released, and they were like screaming out. He allowed us to be really loud. Like you said, it could seem kind of odd. We were interviewing them afterwards, and they said there was such a release. I felt like all of it came out through my voice.
Yes.
I'm so glad.
The tension, the heaviness, the weight that we're carrying around, that sometimes we get used to it and we think that it's normal, but it's not.
Yes.
It's weighing us down. It's causing us to not function at the high level that we should be. I really try in the morning to let go of that stress. I have my morning, I feel the stress. At night, I feel the stress. I'm doing things now that have helped me a lot to alleviate that. But a lot of us do have what you talked about earlier was trauma. And we may not even be thinking about it anymore, but it's in our body. It's a part of who we are.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you mentioned that. I want to specifically talk about women in our next and best chapter. As we get older, there are certain things that decrease in our body, and it's human nature, especially after perimenopause and those kind of things. We're not getting the estrogen, the different things. We do have to change things up. Can you talk about some of those things?
There's all kinds of supplements out there, of course. And the one thing that I'm using now in my holistic approach is I have a phototherapy patch, which really helps with all of the cells in the body. As we age, we lose stem cells, and they need to be regenerated. And when the regeneration process happens, we're going to naturally feel better. We are going to balance our hormones. We are going to balance the stress levels. We are going to balance dopamine. We're going to balance our balance. And so for me, that has helped me a lot, that I've added to my business to help with my health. And that's why I talk about aging backwards. We are regenerating not only the stem cells that are dormant, but we can regenerate new stem cells as well. And it gives us that youthful attitude, glow, more
Mm.
functionality in our bodies. So that's what I use. That's the basics for my health that I am right now, because I have 8 grandchildren. They range in age
Mm.
from 9 to 25.
Wow.
I have a very active life, and I'm always learning and I'm always growing, and I want to be able to have a good quality of life. As I'm
Yes.
aging, I want to be able to do the things that I want to
Mhm.
do. No,
Yes.
I'm never going to be 45 again, but when I get to 75, I still want to be having conversations about what I have learned. I want my brain to work. I want my organs to work.
Mm.
I want my body to
Yes.
work. Because
Yes.
I got stuff to do.
People can't see you because it's audio only, but you don't look anywhere near 71. You are, I mean, your skin, everything is full of life. Your smile, you're just beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Not that 71 is old. That's not at all what I'm saying. But when we're talking about turning back the clock, going
Mhm.
backwards, I just wanted to mention that they say that the 50 is the new 40, the 60 is the new 50. I mean, with everything and all the knowledge that we have, and AI has contributed to a lot of this as far
Yeah,
as creating different supplements and different things for us, that it really has improved. Do you agree with
absolutely.
that? Yeah.
Absolutely. I remember when my mom was 45. I thought she was old. And part of that was her attitude. It was the generation.
Mm-hmm.
They did things differently then. And she was
Mm-hmm.
also a battered woman. I grew up in a very stressful
Mm,
alcoholic household with a lot of trauma. So
mm.
that aged her.
Well, that was a bit of a cliffhanger. Please join us next week as we continue the conversation in the Rise and Roar with the Badass Lioness with Joellyn Martin, No Nonsense Nana. This is Janine Emily Smith, your Badass Lioness host. Thank you for tuning in today. Our goal here, Lioness, is to help you in the most authentic way show up as the most authentic you. Please help spread the word to all women who need this. Subscribe and leave a 5-star review if you would, so we could be heard through all the noise. Please send to a friend who needs this. Love you. See you next time, Lioness.